world didn't end with an all-consuming nuclear war as many people feared it would. That might have been better than what actually happened. At least with the nuclear war, there was hope, a very slim hope, of survival. I fear there is no surviving this, though. In the upper echelons of the government, the people in charge of making life-and-death decisions thought it was a wiser course of action to use bioweapons. Don't poison the earth, just the people.
A motorcycle is whatever you want to make it. Turn it on, you can give yourself a real thrill.
What's going on, guys? Here I'd come explore a little bit. There's a ravine right here. See if it goes anywhere.
The threats of war were slowly and reluctantly replaced with truces. Treaties were created, new documents signed into law, and a hush fell over the land about bio-attacks. As the representatives of different governments pandered to the public, told us what we wanted to hear, we were persuaded to stop the protests and go back to life as usual. And by the time I realized that the bio-war had taken place, it was far too late to help most people.
Looks like it's going to get steep really quick, so this might be close to the end right here. Although the trail continues on.
In my town, a new strain of flu quickly became an epidemic. We heard the warnings on TV one day, and 2 days later, businesses, schools, and public works were shut down, and the place looked like a ghost town.
Was that a cool rock formation or what? I was hoping I could get some weight on the rear wheel and it would stick on that rock. This M5B is actually pretty impressive.
I finally started calling neighbors, friends, and family. To my horror, every person that answered the phone that day reported at least one death in their circle of friends and family. I started packing a go bag. I didn't know exactly where I would go, and that's the day I decided to get to my family's property, 100 miles away. There were places where there was supposed to be activity, people, drama. There was nothing. And fear that my family might be dead turned into terror as I maneuvered to the rougher terrain of the land.
This is definitely game trail.
On the fourth day, I realized that we had to establish some form of communication with the wider world. I'd grown up in the general area and knew there was an isolated radio station at the base of a mountain nearby.
Threw me right off the edge. Well, hopefully I don't die back in here because nobody would ever find me.
About 2 miles from the radio station, I had to go off-road to proceed again. And this time, there were a few bodies, but they looked as if they'd been torn to shreds. Arms and legs lay strewn on the roadway and in the grass. I saw a woman's head lying against the back tire of an old Chevy. My stomach turned and I forced myself to look away. Now about halfway across the field, I hit a ravine that was hidden by the tall grass. Within 10 minutes, we saw a movement to our left, far over in the shady woods. We called out, thinking it was probably other survivors walking off the mountain. Even after the small group emerged and started towards us in the sunlight, we thought they were survivors. By the time we realized that they were zombies, they were a couple 100 feet from us, and they were moving fast. We cleared the field in record time, and were exhausted by the time the radio station came into view. We set to work restoring communication capabilities in the station, but we had made short work of putting the radio station back to rights and sending out messages across every local channel. We will have the means to send messages further in a day or so, and hopefully there are others who survived and are unaffected by the viral outbreak. Problems are far from over. We need food and water. Our supplies are minimal and will last us a week. The truck is 2 miles away. I really don't think we can make it back to the supplies safely. We won't lose hope, though. We can't. It's all we have left.
Well, it's finally happened. The government's coming to get me. Guys, this is Carl with the RacerRed channel. Today, I'm out here at the Weiser sand dunes, just doing a little bit of riding. That's also pretty sweet. Gone through like 5 rides, a 100-mile race, and all this hard pack stuff. I've been spinning it up a lot. That's just a champ. Really good tire. In the front, that's my tire right there. Shinko 50, no, Shinko fat tire, not 505. It's a 9121. It's the only size to get.